So let's talk about motivation and weight loss. There's a lot of people that just don't have the motivation to get started to lose weight. Now, I've done a survey on this and I found some interesting information. So I want to share with you. The number one reason why people want to lose weight is they want to look better in their clothes. Shocking, right? Number two, they want to be around for their grandkids, so they want to extend their lives. Number three, they want to feel healthier. Number four, they want to reduce their risk for getting a health problem. So it could be they want to avoid getting diabetes or cancer or some other health problem. Number five, they want to be able to get up from a seated position or when they're kneeling on the ground, because when they get up, they're so heavy that their knees are bothering them. Okay, number six, they want to reduce their medications. So all these answers are the survey results of about 2,000 people, and I did this a few years ago. But these are the main reasons why people want to lose weight. Now, there's many things that stop a person. They have bad habits, they like snacking. What stops you from losing weight? They like sweets, they like carbohydrates. I've done a million videos on these topics, but I want to tell you, two stories real quick on two patients, which is actually quite fascinating because when I was in clinic, I had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people and I was specializing in weight loss. So I had a lot of people come in that were grossly overweight. And I'll never forget, this one lady came in and she was literally over 350 pounds. And I was always curious why she didn't start a lot earlier. Why is she starting right now? At what point did she decide, that's it, I'm ready to start? What motivated her? She was walking down the street and she looked down and she saw a shadow of someone that was very, very large. And then she realized that was herself. So I said, wow, that's incredible. So didn't you at the time look at yourself? Couldn't you see yourself in the mirror? She goes, no, I never looked at myself. I had no idea I was this big. And that was interesting because after that, I would ask people that question. And there's quite a few people who were in the same situation. They weren't really aware of their own body and how much weight they had gained until one day they see a shadow of themselves or a reflection in the mirror and they're like, what the heck happened? So that's what motivated her. So before I get to the next story, I want to tell you the absolute best motivator to help you lose weight. Okay, it's pretty expensive. Go to the store and buy a full-length mirror and hang it up in your bathroom. And every single day while you're naked, look at yourself front and center, to the side and to the back. If you do that every day, I promise you, you will have the motivation to start a weight loss program. Alright, second story. This lady came in very much overweight and she started talking about her history of being overweight. And at one time she had a very nice body. And she was very attractive, but here's the thing, she didn't like all the attention she got. You know, she would walk on the street and people would whistle at her and she hated that. That's when she decided to gain weight. Why? To avoid getting attention. Become grossly overweight. Problem solved, right? Well, that solution became a problem as she got older because she started getting high blood pressure. She's a diabetic right now. And so that was her motivation to come see me. But it was interesting to find out the original reason was just avoiding attention. So I said to her, what's going to happen now that you lose weight, and you start looking better, and you start getting attention? Is that going to be a problem? She goes, no, I'm actively and aggressively looking for someone. I want a relationship. I've been lonely my entire life, and I'm ready for a relationship. I said, great, okay, so let's get started. Alright, the next point I want to bring up is when someone starts a weight loss program, a lot of times they'll start with the exercise before the diet. So what's more important, the exercise or the diet? Well, exercise only gives you 15% of the results with weight loss. Diet is 85%. I would highly recommend starting with the diet first, then start the exercise. If you can do both, that would be great. But if you just start with the exercise without the diet, you're going to be frustrated, you're not going to see the results, and it's going to be hard to continue because the diet is so important with weight loss. But let's say, for example, you have a hard time with the diet. You just can't change your diet at this time. But you want to lose weight. What do? You do intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day. Even though you're not doing keto, doing intermittent fasting will be better than nothing, and it will help you. And a lot of people will lose weight. Then over time, you can gradually phase into healthy keto and intermittent fasting. Alright, there's your tips. Thanks for watching. Hey, before you go, real quick, I have a course entitled, How to Bulletproof Your Immune System. It's a free course I want you to take, and here's why. Here's you. Here is your environment. Everyone is focused on this over here, avoiding your environment. But what about here? What about strengthening your immune system? That's what's missing. This course will show you how to bulletproof yourself so you can tolerate and resist your environment much better by strengthening your own immune system. I put a link down in the description right down below. Check it out and get signed up today.